Hello people, I'm still in our beautiful prayer garden at the church. I love this place. It's the center of everything that goes on, comes out of this beautiful garden. But I want to talk to you back into the book of Proverbs today. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the book of Proverbs doesn't mince its words. It's like life skills for boneheads, people who try and trivialize stuff, people who try and escape reason. Proverbs hits you straight between the eyes because it's so blatantly, appropriately obvious. He's not trying to mince his words. So I want to take you to another theme today that we see in the book of Proverbs. The words that we speak are very key. Our response to life, as seen through our words, is critical. Now the verse that we're looking at is a verse that first of all says in James 1 verse 5, if anyone needs wisdom, let him ask of God, because God has plenty to give him. But there are other words that we will read over the course of this week where Jesus talks frankly into the use of this thing, the tongue. He talks about communication at different levels. I'm just going to give you the basics, and I hope that we're able to stick with us through the rest of this week and next week possibly as well. But the use of our tongues, the use of words, and in accordance with the response to truth, you can tell how your heart is. I remember watching a game of rugby once, and there was a guy in the forwards there who took a dislike to one of the other forwards, and so when nobody thought nobody was looking, he went around the corner of the loose scrum and he gave him one of these, and he hit the guy in the head, and the guy was walking around reeling, and then he ran around and he joined the back of the scrum as if nothing had happened. And all of a sudden the whistle blew, and the referee stopped the game and he called him, and he said, "What did you do?" He said, "What, me? What did I do? I didn't do anything, ref. I didn't do a thing. I didn't do anything." And he began to chirp the ref, and he began to give him a hard time arguing with what the referee on the side of the field had seen and reported to the referee on the field. And he's beginning to argue with the ref, saying, "No, ref, I didn't do it. Ref, I'm innocent. Ref, you gotta believe me. You can't yellow card me. I didn't do anything." And then the ref says, "Let's see the replay." Let's see the replay. And there, blatantly, in front of the whole screen and 40,000 people, is this guy giving this guy one of these on the end of his chin. And he continued to blatantly argue his case against the ref. But here's the punchline. The two commentators were intrigued with this. The one commentator says, "Yeah, well, he's just a prop." All sympathy to us props out there. They all think that we're all brawn and no brains, but that's he's just a prop. What can you expect? He's just a prop. And he used his words badly in the face of pretty obvious truth. Let me ask you a question. How do we use our words when we're confronted by truth? Do we take them introspectively first and then plan a response? Or we like him, we stand in our defense, we argue our case, even when the evidence is against us. We'll argue until the cows come home because we know we're wrong, but we don't want to portray that to those around us. We want them always to think that we are right. You can measure how great your ability to communicate is through the words that come against you, or the words that you use actually when you're confronted with truth. Now Proverbs is full of truth. So many. And we can argue them. We can rationalize them. We can contextualize them, that this is in the days of old, that these things were important. People, they're as relevant as the days today. Let's not respond like the prop and argue in the case of that which is absolutely obvious. Let's respond well with words sometimes of asking for forgiveness, words of talking with God about maybe something I need to talk to him about. Maybe we need to take more seriously our response to the onset or the revelation of truth in our lives. Don't get offended. Do something about it. Respond appropriately with your words. It's a simple lesson, but Proverbs talks about this adamantly, and I hope that we'll see it in the next couple of days. But for now, that's it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.